Hello everyone and welcome to the Game of the Week. Tonight's matchup, Pioneers of Detroit Edison PSA taking on the Eagles of Southfield Christian. Southfield Christian needs to crash the boards and turn up the intensity and knock down those open shots. For Detroit Edison, they want to force it inside, press full court, and create some fast break opportunities. Both of these teams are loaded with talent. The big man for DEPSA is number 35, Deontay Johnson, their center. And their point guard, number 1, Pierre Mitchell. Division I talent both times. Southfield Christian again loaded for bear this year. They'll be led by number 1, Harlan Beverly. And look out for their point guard, number 11, Caleb Hunter. Thief on defense. Game of the Week coming up next.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Here we go for the opening tip. Pioneers taking on the Eagles. DEPSA controls the tip. Gary Solomon walking it up for the Pioneers. It's a battle of a couple of small schools in terms of enrollment, but big basketball programs. First defensive maneuver by Caleb Hunter tips it out of bounds. Alley-oop slam to start the scoring this evening. Inbounds pass up over the rim. Deontay Johnson with the finish. Southfield Christian pulls the trigger on a triple right away. They hit. Stolen away by Southfield Christian, pushing it. Layup by Harlan Beverly, rejected. Another steal for Southfield Christian. Caleb Hunter comes up with this one. Pushes it ahead, alley-oop, 2.
Layup for the finish by number 21, Bryce Washington.
Bryce Washington gets his first basket of the day. Harlan Beverly with the feed. Short jumper rebounded by Washington. He'll push it, drive it, shoot it, another rejection. Big man for DEPSA, Deontay Johnson, making his presence known in the paint. Scramble for the ball. DEPSA comes up with it, gets a shot off. Nice defense by number 4, Tim Stewart. Dejan Humphrey blocked the shot. Did what he had to do. Picked up the foul.
Checking in the game for Southfield Christian, number 22, Zach Johnson.
Early substitution for Southfield Christian. Zach Johnson getting some early PT. Stewart off the mark on his free throws. Bryce Washington drives again, kicks it out. DEPSA playing man-to-man defense. Triple try on the way. And kicked out of bounds by Christian. These two teams, two programs, schedule a couple of the hardest schedules you'll see any two teams play. Three-pointer is good. Number 24, Brian Taylor, ringing the bell. Caleb Hunter drives. He draws a foul. Pierre Mitchell looking for a little clarification. Beautiful little pass on the inbound. Shot no. DEPSA pushing it. Brian Taylor lost it on the way up. Ref says out of bounds off Southfield Christian. So far, Deontay Johnson, center for DEPSA. A factor. Missed that little layup. Gets his own rebound, sends it back out. DEPSA back in business. Long three-pointer on the way, and good. Gary Solomon. Triple try for Bryce Washington is good. These two teams trading baskets so far. Frenetic pace. DEPSA doing a great job on the offensive glass. Gary Solomon rebounds his own miss. A little shake and bake gets it to go. Hunter's layup off the mark. Here comes DEPSA. Deontay Johnson lost it, turned it into a pass to Pierre Mitchell. Looked like a pretty nice block by Zach Johnson. Contact on the body, he gets the foul. DEPSA looking for their first free throw. Jacob Fergan back in for Southfield Christian. DEPSA gets it to go. 3-point lead for the Pioneers. They're putting on a press. Beautiful ball movement for Southfield Christian. Harlan Beverly finds Jacob Fergan down low. Both teams playing tight man-to-man defense. Defensive pressure is Southfield Christian's trademark. A little dribble step back three for Bryce Washington. Washington feeling it early here in the first quarter. We're under 3 minutes to go. Southfield Christian hanging on to a 2-point lead. Drive blocked by Harlan Beverly. Correction, Dejan Humphrey. Tim Stewart, he was looking for a foul on his layup. He picks up a foul going the other way. Couple of high-flying teams, high-flying programs. DEPSA Pioneers, Class C team here in Michigan. Their student enrollment's just under 400. And Southfield Christian, even tinier, they've got just under 200 students. They're a Class D program. Another beautiful feed inside to Fergan. Deontay Johnson will have none of that. Triple from the corner is good. Pierre Mitchell. Nice spin move by Harlan Beverly. Pays no dividends. DEPSA going the other way. Again on the offensive glass. Can't get the shot to go, but there's second and third chances.
That's going to be a foul on number 3 for Southfield Christian. Humphrey, that's his second, team third.
Southfield Christian had some position, just couldn't come up with a rebound. DEPSA working hard down low. Head coach for the Pioneers, Bo Neely, got to like his team's effort here early on.
Checking into the game for Southfield Christian, number 10, Sanders.
Head coach for Southfield Christian is Josh Baker. Longtime coach there, a lot of success. Stewart gets a second free throw. DEPSA back up on top by 2. Southfield Christian moving it up slowly. DEPSA's dropped into a 2-3 zone. Caleb Hunter with a long three-point attempt, no good. DEPSA will push it, drive it, no good. These teams are up-tempo. And 3 for Southfield Christian. Dejan Humphrey 3 times. Puts the Eagles back up in front. Scramble for the rebound and results in a jump ball. Possession Southfield Christian.
Jump ball, possession of Southfield Christian.
In the game now for DEPSA's number 15, Keith Johnson. Another three-pointer goes for Southfield Christian. This time, Harlan Beverly finds the mark. Off-balance drive won't go for Pierre Mitchell. Tipped out of bounds by Southfield Christian. Another high pass on the inbound, no. Bryce Washington boards it, pushes it. Back to Bryce, no good on the layup. Beautiful hard-working offensive glass for Dejan Humphrey. Three-pointer is good for number 2, Gary Solomon.
Number 2, Solomon.
Caleb Hunter slicing and dicing. And at the end of 1, Southfield Christian pops out to a 5-point lead over DEPSA. Offensive show here in the first quarter. Beautiful ball movement for Southfield Christian. Both of these teams hot from downtown. Deontay Johnson with a couple of big blocks for DEPSA. Pace was frenetic, and these are 2 teams who can finish at the rack. Beautiful. We'll be right back.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Here we are, set for the second quarter of action. Be hard to top that first quarter. Up and down, high-flying action going both ways. This matchup between the Pioneers of DEPSA and the Eagles of Southfield Christian. Beautiful look inside, rejected by Bryce Washington. Both these teams working hard on the glass, bringing the D and the O. This game is being played at North Farmington High School, suburb of Detroit, Michigan. Little jumper no good. Bryce Washington showing up big down low. His outlet a little too hot to handle for Dejan Humphrey.
Second into the game for Southfield Christian, number 15, Elijah Hicks.
Good look at Elijah Hicks coming in for Southfield Christian here, early second quarter. This game is part of the 2017 Holiday Extravaganza here at North Farmington. Offensive foul called on number 2, Gary Solomon.
Solomon, that's his first. Team third.
Utter disbelief on his part. And these are two teams that are definitely building their resume and building their teams for the playoffs. Downtown for 3.
Southfield Christian, number 1, Beverly.
Harlan Beverly feeling it from long range. Southfield Christian be looking to make a run in the Class C playoffs this year. Correction, Class D playoffs. And DEPSA will be looking for a run in Class C. Caleb Hunter can't get the layup to go this time from the left side. Referee called that off the foot of Southfield Christian. DEPSA basketball. DEPSA is a charter school in Detroit, Michigan. Full name is Detroit Edison Public School Academy, but everybody calls them DEPSA. Nice hands on the D by Jonathan Sanders. Defense and full court pressure, the calling card of Southfield Christian. Long board by Sanders, not Caleb Hunter. Showing the handles, three-point attempt on the way, no good. Harlan Beverly boarded it, but lost it out of bounds. Jump shot, no good. In the game for DEPSA, handling there was number 5, Dominic Thomas. Three-pointers, good. Southfield Christian ringing the three-point bell. Elijah Hicks getting in on the action. DEPSA calls a timeout to slow it down. Fans, you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter to find out when the next game will be covered, the time the game will air, the scores, and the highlights. Look on Twitter at hashtag Cable 15 Sports. Since you're already on Twitter, check out Cable 15 Sports Instagram page to see photos of the game. Twitter and Instagram, 2 more great ways to see the game of the week. Great crowd here tonight at the Holiday Extravaganza. Showing up for these 2 high-flying schools. DEPSA out of the city of Detroit, Southfield Christian out of Southfield, Michigan, near northern suburb of Detroit. Class D taking on Class C. Small schools, but big programs. Southfield Christian, on the strength of their three-point shooting, has an 11-point lead. Three-pointer becoming more and more an important part of basketball at every level. Nice look. Kissing off the glass, number 2, Gary Solomon, and he's fouled.
Number 2, Detroit Edison. Solomon. The foul is on number 15, Hicks. That is his first. Fourth.
Elijah Hicks called for the foul on the drive. Cuts the lead to 9. Solomon looking to shave it down to 8 points. Finishes the and one. DEPSA putting on full court pressure. Harlan Beverly breaks that. Long three-point attempt for Caleb Hunter is good.
That's another 3 for Christian, number 11.
Southfield Christian's three-point range silly so far in this game. Gary Solomon
Number 15, Hicks. That's his second. Team fifth.
working the drives, gets another foul called on Southfield Christian. Pull-up jumper no good. Boarded by Brian Taylor this time. Sanders comes up with it. Sends it coast to coast for the flush by Bryce Washington. Beautiful outlet finding Washington in stride, and he does the rest. Harlan Beverly getting a little overly aggressive on D. Reached for the ball, got called for the foul.
Team 6. Changing the game for Detroit Edison. Number 35, Johnson.
Alley-oop pass caught by Brian Taylor. Comes down, puts up the jumper.
Taylor.
Press works for DEPSA.
That's going to be a foul on Southfield Christian. Number 11.
Pressing all the way down to the baseline. Comes up with a steal.
7 on the line.
Brian Taylor fouled. He'll be shooting at 1-1 at the line.
Taylor.
Taylor makes the front end. Southfield Christian head coach Josh Baker giving Caleb Hunter some instructions on the press breaker. Christian breaks it this time. Harlan Beverly caught it in the lane. Unsure what to do with it, took a little extra step. Southfield Christian just going with a man-to-man press. That was Sanders checking Rico Jones for DEPSA. Jones looked like he'd thrown it away, but Caleb Hunter tipped it on the way out. Deontay Johnson can throw it way up, and he'll come down with it. 3 points for number 2, Gary Solomon.
The Detroit Edison basket, number 2, Solomon.
Three-point attempt for Washington, no. DEPSA able to flip it up. Turnover DEPSA, Southfield Christian basketball. We're just under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Point guard Pierre Mitchell returns for DEPSA. Southfield Christian breaks the press. Jonathan Sanders called for the offensive foul.
Sanders has his first team 8.
A little bit of acting by DEPSA helped the referee make his decision. No question on the contact. These two teams will take it to the hole. Pierre Mitchell on the drive that time. Caleb Hunter's runner won't go. DEPSA pushing it again. Pierre Mitchell back the other way for 2 more. DEPSA streaking back, cuts it to a 2-point lead. Southfield Christian calls timeout.
Southfield Christian. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Southfield Christian.
Pausing the crazy action here between DEPSA and Southfield Christian. We want to remind you that you can now watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield's website, click on Cable 15, and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. Watch Cable 15 Live on your mobile device, your tablet, or your computer. It's all there, starting at the City of Southfield's website and then going to Cable 15 Live. Southfield Christian had a double-digit lead. That's when DEPSA put on the press. Started to have success taking it to the hole. Drawn a few fouls from Southfield Christian. Got 1 turnover off the press so far. Three-pointer on the way off the rim. Southfield Christian, great job getting the board, but another block down low by DEPSA. Three-pointer, no. Solomon recovers. Scramble for it. Solomon's got the ball again. Great effort on D by Southfield Christian. DEPSA able to maintain possession. Big contact, and Dejan Humphrey called for the block. Referee thought he was moving. Big contact between Solomon and Humphrey. Humphrey gets the foul.
Checking in for Southfield Christian, number 10, Jonathan Sanders.
Number 10 back in for DEPSA, Rico Jones. Solomon good 2 times. We are all even at 34. Back and forth, a lot of lead changes. A couple of high-powered offenses showing their stuff. This time, Harlan Beverly called for an offensive foul.
Beverly, that's his second. Team turn.
We'll push off with the forearm. DEPSA again doing a good job helping the ref see that contact. Southfield Christian calls a timeout. We're just under a minute to go here in the second quarter, all even at 34.
Laker
Another great look at the crowd here at North Farmington. Fans, you can check out our YouTube channel, Southfield Multimedia Services. You can find episodes of all our great shows like Cable 15 News, Business Matters, The Author's Den, and all the fantastic games of the week. They're all there on YouTube. Check out our channel, Southfield Multimedia Services. Both teams have cranked up the defense and slowed down the offensive pace here at the end of the second quarter. Game is getting physical. Refs are using their whistles with regularity. Great matchup between these two small school powers here in southeastern Michigan. Could be one of those games where the last three-pointer wins. 3 on the way. No good.
And a foul on Detroit Edison's number 35, Johnson. That is his first. Team 4.
Foul called on Deontay Johnson, fighting for position. Southfield Christian breaks the press. Near swipe. Got it that time. Beautiful anticipation by Pierre Mitchell. Solomon hands off to Johnson for the flush.
By number 35, Deontay Johnson.
Harlan Beverly cross court for Hunter's three-point attempt. Solomon handles, drives it, shoots, no. Gets his own rebound, no. Tough, tight defense all the way through that second quarter. And DEPSA comes away with a 2-point lead going into halftime. 3-pointers raining down for Southfield Christian. DEPSA moving the ball, working hard down low, getting the drives and getting a lot of foul calls on Southfield Christian. Both these teams a couple of high flyers. Duncanstein. We'll be right back with second half action.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
All set to begin the second half of action here from North Farmington, Michigan. You're watching the holiday extravaganza on the game of the week. Southfield Christian basketball to start the second half. Back and forth first half. Tremendous pace. Two very good basketball teams duking it out. Bryce Washington's right-hander won't go. Nice outlet. Reverse layup for 2. Number 24, Brian Taylor. Bryce Washington with the body control layup. Right back at you.
Bryce Washington.
2-point lead for the Pioneers of DEPSA. Kick out for 3, no. Caleb Hunter on the long board. Skip pass up. Beautiful spin move and layup for Dejan Humphrey. Tied up at 38, giving himself a hand. Why not? Turnover, DEPSA. Jumper on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound. Battle won by Gary Solomon. Nice slice into the lane by Brian Taylor. Coach Josh Baker calls 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Southfield Christian, 30-second timeout.
Fans, Cable 15 Sports covers all of your sports action in football, basketball, swimming, volleyball, baseball, and wrestling. Coming soon, watch for our new show, Follow the Season. This is a behind-the-scenes look at one of your favorite local teams. You'll get to know the players, the coaches, and the strategies and the workouts as they reach for glory. Coming soon, Follow the Season right here on Cable 15. Teams make their way back out here at North Farmington. Holiday tournament, they call it their holiday extravaganza. Bryce Washington, no. Jacob Fergan gets the board. Christian resets. Washington drives, scoops, shoots, no. Boarded by Deontay Johnson. D throwing it away, however. DEPSA comes up with it. Solomon downloaded Johnson again. Johnson was thinking dunk. Defended, however, by Dejon Humphrey and Jacob Fergan. Fergan picks up the foul. Deontay Johnson at the line, shooting two. Johnson, a junior for DEPSA. Veteran team for DEPSA. They've got 7 seniors in their lineup. Three-point lead for the Pioneers here in the third quarter. Southfield Christian slowing it down, running their half-court offense. Sanders got caught up in the air, came down for a travel.
Detroit Edison ball. Checking back in for Southfield Christian, number 21, Washington.
Southfield Christian putting on a three-quarter press. DEPSA had no problem blowing past that. Three-point attempt is good for number 15, Keith Johnson.
Number 15, Keith Johnson.
Southfield Christian looking for the answer. Boarded by Mitchell. He's not afraid to push it. Tip, follow, good for Deontay Johnson.
Edison's number 35.
Biggest man on the floor, using his size to his advantage that time. Harlan Beverly drives it. He gets fouled.
That's going to be a foul on Edison, number 2. Gary Solomon, that's his second.
Gary Solomon reaching in as Beverly was streaking to the hole. Smooth free throw for Harlan Beverly.
Number 3, Humphrey.
Count them both. Chips away at that DEPSA lead. Now it's 6 points. DEPSA always looking for the drive. There's Washington comes away with it, pushes it up for Southfield Christian, intercepted by Johnson. They've got numbers. Count the basket for Gary Solomon.
That was an innocent bucket by number 2, Gary Sullivan.
DEPSA getting a lot of points off of turnovers in the last quarter and a half.
That's going to be a foul on number 2. Sullivan, that's his 3rd, team 2nd.
Caleb Hunter shaking and baking. Solomon picks up another foul. Caleb Hunter, great nose for the ball, found that one underneath. Solomon picks up another foul call. This time, Harlan Beverly.
Sullivan, that is his 4th, team 3rd.
No doubt about it, Solomon had not established position before the contact. 3 quick fouls on Gary Solomon. He's got to head to the bench.
Rico Jones.
Nice drive by Sanders, couldn't finish. Another nice drive by Humphrey. Nothing to show for their beautiful work. 3-pointer the other side, no good. Second chance for DEPSA, no. Working hard down low, Bryce Washington gets it to go.
Is good by number 21, Washington. That foul is going to be on number 10 for Detroit Edison. Jones, that is his 1st, team 4th.
I think we're looking at the Deontay Johnson factor. Southfield Christian usually money on those drives. I think Deontay Johnson is altering shots. Bryce Washington finishes a 3-point play. Keith Johnson thought about the 3, kicked it back out. DEPSA by 5, under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pierre Mitchell drives it, shoots it, no good, but he picks up a foul.
That's going to be a foul on Southfield Christian. Number 10, Sanders, that's his 2nd, team 2nd. On the line for Edison, giving number 1, Mitchell.
Pierre Mitchell's strong to the hole. Strong handles for Mitchell also. He'll be taking his ball handling to Central Michigan next fall. Gets a second free throw to go. You're looking at a lot of Division I talent on the floor tonight for both these teams. Bryce Washington's 3, no good. Excellent defensive play by Humphrey. Drive again, no good for Southfield Christian. Bryce Washington, tip no. Another board down low, tied up, jump ball. Southfield Christian all of a sudden just slightly off the mark, having trouble getting it to go. Coach Josh Baker's got to love the effort. Working hard on the offensive glass, just finding it hard to score some points here in the 3rd quarter. 3-pointer by Mitchell is good. Southfield Christian wants to talk it over. Timeout in the action, 1:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Timeout. It is going to be a full timeout. When we get back to action, number 15, Elijah Hicks will be in the game.
Hey, Southfield fans, if you're interested in what goes on in your community and want to learn how things get decided, every other Monday at 7 p.m. You can watch the meeting of the Southfield City Council right after your Monday game of the week. Starts at 7 p.m. You can see how the inner workings of Southfield city government happens in real time. Southfield City Council meetings, 7 p.m. every other Monday. Southfield Christian not used to finding themselves down by 9 points in the third quarter. Pioneers of DEPSA have pushed it into a lead for their faithful. Great crowd here in North Farmington. Standing room only for these two high-flying programs. Southfield Christian and DEPSA both come into this contest around 500 on the season. Kind of misleading, though, because they schedule tough teams, top to bottom, to work their teams into shape for the playoffs. No cupcakes on either of these teams' schedules. Stolen by Pierre Mitchell. Kept alive. Nice drive to the rack. Mitchell handling and shooting. Pioneers of DEPSA with a little jump in their step here in the third quarter. Tipped away by Mitchell. Scored it by Mitchell. Great outlet pass after the steal. Results in a quick 2. DEPSA applying the pressure. Look out, 2 points for Brian Taylor. Great outlet from Deontay Johnson. DEPSA putting their pedal to the metal here, scoring quick 6. Southfield Christian wants to stop that right now. All of a sudden, DEPSA finds themselves up by 15 points. Hey fans, you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter. Find out when the next game will be covered, the time the game will air, the scores, the highlights. It's all there on Twitter at hashtag Cable15Sports. If you're already on Twitter, check out Cable 15 Sports Instagram page to see photos of the game. Twitter and Instagram, 2 more great ways to find the game of the week. Tonight's game of the week, a battle of small school titans. Southfield Christian in Class D. Detroit Edison in Class C. Again, a couple of small schools with big programs. Head coach Bo Neely for DEPSA loving his team's full court press. Feed to Bryce Washington. Got the layup off. Deontay Johnson pins it on the board. That's goaltending. Count the basket for Bryce Washington, but again, Deontay Johnson letting his presence be known. Contact pushing the ball by Pierre Mitchell, guarded by Dejan Humphrey. Referees thought Mitchell pushed off. He picks up a foul. Kick out to Sanders. Jumper at the free throw line is good.
That basket was good for number 10 for Southfield Christian. Sanders.
Josh Baker got the change in momentum he was looking for. A couple of quick hoops for Southfield Christian. Both these teams filled with three-point shooters. They're not afraid to light it up. Deontay Johnson kicks to the corner. 3 points on the way. 3 points good. That time, Demir Leonard 3 at the end of the third quarter, and what a quarter for the Pioneers of DEPSA, extending their lead, driving it, and finding the hole. Big quarter for number 1, Pierre Mitchell, and the press from DEPSA starting to pay dividends. Southfield Christian was working hard on the offensive glass, but finding it hard to get it in the rack. Couple of nice stuffs, and we'll be right back with the fourth quarter here for the game of the week.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
DEPSA had a great third quarter. Southfield Christian starts off the fourth quarter with an exclamation. Nice drive and finish by Harlan Beverly. Cuts into the lead. Three-pointer is good for Keith Johnson. Nice set shot by Johnson. Caleb Hunter, pullback three. He stepped back way behind the line and got that one down. 12-point lead for the Pioneers. Southfield Christian knows they need a bunch of stops. Pierre Mitchell, no. Rebounded, tipped out, no. Harlan Beverly works it for the Eagles. Caleb Hunter can't get it to go. Again, hard work underneath. This time, Bryce Washington gets it to go.
Southfield Christian basket by number 21, Washington. That's going to lead to a Detroit Edison timeout.
Southfield Christian with some quick hoops cuts it to a 10-point lead.
30-second timeout.
DEPSA wants to slow that down and talk it over. Fans, you can now watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield's website, click on Cable 15, and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. Watch Cable 15 Live on your mobile device, your tablet, or your computer. Cable 15 Live from City of Southfield's website. Check it out there. You can watch the Game of the Week and the other great shows on Cable 15. Good start to the fourth quarter for Southfield Christian. Both these teams can heat up the offense. Alley-oop slam for Deontay Johnson. Beautiful feed over the rim. Johnson takes it from there. Three-pointer from Bryce Washington won't go. Fighting for position, DEPSA called for a foul underneath. Keith Johnson, a little push in the back to get position for that rebound. Southfield Christian from the corner, no. DEPSA pushing it the other way. Number 24, Brian Taylor with the finish.
Number 24, Brian Taylor.
Bryce Washington on the drive. Deontay Johnson got a hold of the ball, but he also made some contact.
35. Johnson, that is his second, team seventh. On the line, number 21, Washington.
Deontay Johnson been very effective defensively for DEPSA this evening. Several blocks and big rebounds. Altering shots also a factor. A 13-point lead for the Pioneers. Southfield Christian pressing, but not as aggressive as we're used to seeing from them. Nice control on the drive by Deontay Johnson, pivoting around the defense. High flying drive by Harlan Beverly. No good on the shot, but he's fouled.
Third, going down the line for Southfield Christian, number 1, Beverly.
Johnson picks up his third. Southfield Christian taking it right at him. Southfield Christian not as accurate offensively as we've seen them so far this year. Wonder if it's just one of those nights or if it's the DEPSA defense doing its job. Another steal. Solomon tried to feed Taylor, tipped away, but DEPSA controls. Keith Johnson on the drive, finger roll no. Southfield Christian pushes it, stolen again by DEPSA. Three-pointer long. Brian Taylor there to clean up the rebound and put it back in for two. Southfield Christian now feeling a sense of urgency.
Number 15, Johnson, going to the line for Southfield Christian will be number 15, Hicks.
Nice job by Elijah Hicks initiating the contact. Johnson gets called for the foul. Southfield Christian just a little off the mark tonight. Missed a lot of layups, and now missing some free throws down the stretch, not helping their cause. And again, the DEPSA defense certainly having something to do with that. Beautiful right-handed roller by Harlan Beverly. Down low, Deontay Johnson again. Too much.
Number 35, Johnson, fouls on Southfield Christian, number 1, Beverly.
Despite a swipe by Harlan Beverly, Deontay Johnson gets the shot to go. He's at the line and one. Extends that DEPSA lead to 17 points. Nice follow. Bryce Washington working hard for Southfield Christian.
Number 21, Washington. And fouls on number 35, Deontay Johnson. That is his 4th.
Deontay Johnson picks up his 4th foul. If Southfield Christian is going to get back in this game, they need some instant offense. Nice feed by Deontay Johnson, finding Brian Taylor. Bryce Washington hoping for the block. He picks up a foul. Good news for Southfield Christian, the clock is stopped. Bad news, DEPSA is ice on the free throw line. Two for two for Brian Taylor. Three-pointer, long. Boarded by DEPSA. Errant pass by Johnson. Another three-pointer off. Beautiful follow by Harlan Beverly. Nice defense by Jonathan Sanders. Thought he had a steal. Ref rings him up for a foul. And it's turning into one of those nights for Southfield Christian. DEPSA looking to work the clock a little bit.
That foul is going to be number 1 for Edison Mitchell. That's his third. Going to the line for Southfield.
Here, Mitchell got his own rebound, lost it,
Humphrey.
and fouled Dejon Humphrey in the scramble. 3:23 to go. Southfield Christian finding themselves in the unfamiliar position of being down 15 here in the fourth quarter. And again, uncharacteristically cold from the free throw line. DEPSA effective at breaking that Southfield Christian press. DEPSA again content to just burn a little clock here. Poked away by Caleb Hunter. DEPSA basketball. Elijah Hicks returns for Southfield Christian. Maybe he can get a spark. Near steal by Hunter, recovered by Gary Solomon. Pass underneath, couldn't resist that. Brian Taylor with the dunk. Harlan Beverly on the drive, can't get it to go. And picks up a foul on the other end.
That's going to be a foul on Southfield Christian's number 1, Beverly.
Pioneers of Detroit Edison Public School Academy. Down the stretch have been there a half step sooner. Getting their free throws to go, and Southfield Christian just not finding the groove here in the second half. Detroit Edison spreading it out. Finding open looks. Another 2 for Brian Taylor. Caleb Hunter can't get it to go. Follows good by Bryce Washington. Timeout in the action. 1:53 to go. DEPSA up 17 here in the fourth quarter. Things have quieted down in the game of the week, but you can turn it back up on YouTube. Check out our channel, Southfield Multimedia Services, where you can watch episodes of Cable 15 News, Business Matters, The Author's Den, and of course, the Game of the Week. It's all there on YouTube whenever you want it. Our channel is Southfield Multimedia Services. Fans have been largely sitting on their hands here the last few minutes as DEPSA has slowed it down to take advantage of their big lead. Southfield Christian taking a few chances on defense, and DEPSA seizing the opportunities. Once again, this game being played tonight at North Farmington High School in southeastern Michigan. They're hosting their Holiday Extravaganza tournament. A couple of high-powered independent schools here in Greater Detroit. Pioneers of Detroit Edison Public School Academy, charter school in Detroit.
That foul is going to be on Southfield Christian, number 11, Caleb Hunter. That's his second.
Got an enrollment of about 400 students. They're a Class C school here in Michigan. Southfield Christian, a private school in Southfield, Michigan. Class D school has about 200 students. Harlan Beverly just can't get the roll. All of a sudden, that rim has shrunk for Southfield Christian. Pass tipped out of bounds by number 22, Zach Johnson. Long inboard pass tipped away by Bryce Johnson, but recovered by DEPSA. It's an indication of how this second half has gone. Southfield Christian working hard, but not able to hit pay dirt, and DEPSA making them pay every time they make a mistake. Pierre Mitchell hands to Solomon, back to Mitchell. Southfield Christian fouls, stops the clock with 55 seconds to go. Mitchell headed to the line.
That foul's on Southfield Christian, number 11, Caleb Hunter.
Makes the front end. Pioneers of DEPSA have been money from the free throw line down the stretch. That's part of their big lead. Mitchell gets them both. Caleb Hunter bounces for a three, gets a three.
That's a good three-pointer.
Consolation prize for Caleb Hunter. His Eagles down a bunch. Able to tie up Gary Solomon, but Hunter picks up another foul.
That is his fourth.
Gary Solomon heading to the line. He's had a solid game this evening. Very effective driving it to the hole. Misses the front end. Boarded by Zach Johnson. Corner three, no. DEPSA content to just slow it down again. Southfield Christian just playing a passive defense. And the Eagles have thrown in the towel on this one. DEPSA is going to come away with a big victory in this matchup of independent school titans. The Pioneers of Detroit Edison Public School Academy pull away in the second half for a big 16-point victory over Southfield Christian. A lot of great action. Your top performers for DEPSA. Brian Taylor led the way with 23 points, but he had a lot of help from his teammates. Solomon with 18, Mitchell with 18. Bryce Washington, always big for Southfield Christian, scored 27. Harlan Beverly had 15 points. But your player of the game, no doubt about it, the big man for DEPSA, Deontay Johnson. Flying high on offense and really big on defense, boarding the ball, pulling it down from the rim. Deontay Johnson pulled down 10 boards. He found his teammates 3 times for 3 assists. The story of his game tonight was the presence on defense. Several huge highlight reel rejections and flushes 3 blocks, but what doesn't show up are the number of shots that he altered with his presence in the middle. Your player of the game tonight, Deontay Johnson for DEPSA. What a great offensive display we had here from the holiday extravaganza at North Farmington. Both teams lighting it up from downtown. Both teams able to finish on the way to the hole. Great defense both ways. The DEPSA press was huge in the second half. Outstanding action both ways, both halves. DEPSA pulling away. Had the hotter hand tonight. Southfield Christian will return to fight another day. We'll see them again soon. Both these teams will be making a run in the playoffs. No doubt about that. For Cable 15 Sports and the Game of the Week, I'm Matt Hervella. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Cable 15 Sports.